Hey, it's Sarah Peterson here. You're listening to an episode of MLM Marketing Explosion. How consistent are you with your daily business actions? When you stop and start and stop and start and stop and start, you lose your traction, your momentum, and your confidence.
How are network marketers like us supposed to rank, advance, and build a downline without begging our friends and family or having supermodel good looks? My mind was blown when I realized that the top network marketers aren't calling their friends and families to invite them to lame hotel meetings and in-home meetings. I've spent the last 2 years learning from and dissecting the system that top earners in the industry use. Follow me on the journey as I continue to learn and implement the top marketing tips and strategies to grow my downline. This is Sarah Peterson, and you're listening to MLM Marketing Explosion.
The secret to success in network marketing is consistency. Most of the time when I see people not being consistent, it's because they're terrified. So they get stuck in a learning loop where they learn something and then they want to know more about it and more about it and more about it and more about it. They can tell themselves that they're being really consistent and working really hard, and in fact, they're not taking any actions that would actually build their business. They're scared of rejection. They're scared of being told no. They're scared of posting online and social media because they're afraid that they're going to say something and their friends and their family aren't going to like it. They're going to lose friends. So their answer is to do nothing, right? Because if I keep convincing myself that I need to learn something else, well, I can't possibly post because I need to learn something else, right? Well, the entire purpose of posting online is so that you can sift and sort through the people that are interested and the people that aren't interested, right? You actually want them to identify themselves. It's okay if people don't like you. It's okay if people love you. What you don't want are those people sitting in the middle in that weird, sitting on the fence sort of way that are never going to do anything. Seriously, you want them to pick, I love you or I hate you, but you don't want a bunch of people in the middle. Well, most of the people that I lost that were, quote unquote friends were actually people that I've never really even talked to begin with. And in some ways, it actually made me really glad that they removed themselves as friends. In fact, the other day I was thinking about somebody that I knew in high school, and I was thinking, I haven't seen them post anything in a while. And I looked them up, and sure enough, they'd unfriended me. And to be totally honest, a couple of years ago, that might have really offended me, but I was thinking, yes. To be honest, I'm not really sure why we were friends to begin with, except for that I knew I had to be friends with everybody, right? It was somebody that I wasn't even really friends with in high school. We were just that different. And so I was actually really honestly relieved that she'd removed herself as a friend because it saved me the trouble of having to do so later. Now, that being said, though, the majority of my friends in my offline world are still friends with me. They may not always engage or comment on my posts, but every once in a blue moon they will because they're still watching what I'm doing. And it doesn't bother them that I'm posting things because I'm not posting in a spammy way. So they're not unfollowing me. They're not blocking me. I'm not coming off as a super big infomercial. Well, the other day I got a friend request from a guy that I knew in high school, like seriously have not talked to him, seen from him, heard from him since high school. And at first I was really apprehensive to accept the friend request because I post about social media in my business and I post about MLM. I didn't want him to think I was weird and start making judgments about me, right? For whatever reason. Again, I haven't talked to him in, do I dare say how long? But when I really thought that through, I totally started laughing because first of all, again, we haven't talked in a billion years, right? And secondly, I didn't friend request him. He'd friend requested me. My profile is public. He can see everything I post without us even being friends. So that means that he actually wanted to reconnect because of the way I post. He's not going to come back and go, ooh, yuck. He already knows what I'm posting, right? He already sees that I'm an MLM. And so I actually went ahead and I sent him a message just to say hi. Now, I'm not going to reach out to him and ask him if he wants to join my network marketing team. I'm not going to ask him if he's interested in another opportunity or my products, just like I don't do that to any other of my friends, whether I knew them before social media or not. We're just gonna be friends. So I was part of a 30-day challenge a couple months ago, and they had some live questions and answers as part of it. And there were some people on there that were asking like really silly questions. And the questions that people were asking were just an attempt to stall doing what they knew they should be doing, right? They were so excuses so that they didn't have to take action. And I realized I didn't want to be like that. And I never wanted to be like that. So, instead of going into this learning loop, whenever I try to do something new, I just take actions with the part that I know. So I'd learn something and then I'd go and do it. After that, I'd learn the next step and then the next step and then the next step. And I never waited to know everything through, right? Like I didn't need to know the end result to know enough to take that first step. I took the action with what I could and what I knew how to take action with, and then I learned the rest as I went. The other stumbling block that I've noticed with consistency is overwhelm. Have any of you guys ever felt that major overwhelm where you know there's a stuff you should be doing, but you don't even know where to start? Lots of times I'll take on projects that are just too big, so then I get overwhelmed. Anybody else ever do that? It's like I have a son that will fill up his plate full of food, and then like 10 minutes into it, it's, Mom, you can have the rest of this. I don't want the rest of that, right? My husband used to laugh that if he couldn't finish a home improvement project in one day, then there was no reason to start it. In fact, I can remember one time we were trying to wallpaper a guest bathroom downstairs, and we got about half of it finished, and then it was too late, so my husband called it quits with the intent of finishing it the next day, right? He went to bed, and he never, ever did actually end up finishing that wallpapering project. So when we went to go sell that house, we actually just ended up ripping up the wallpaper that we already had up because we'd never completed it. And ripping it out was way easier than finishing it at that point of time, right? It was just too much. We bit off a little bit more than we could chew. We just kind of lost interest in the project, right? And I actually did that with my Instagram account as well. Now, Instagram drives me bonkers. I know there's a lot of people that love Instagram. I am not one of those, although I'm trying to tolerate it. I don't like how spammy it is. I don't like all of the bots. Now, I know, again, that it's something that I should be doing to build my business, right? So I decided a couple months ago that I was going to start posting 4 times a day to build up this quick momentum and get engagement. And, how hard could it be, right? Well, let me tell you, posting 4 times a day was exhausting. I was posting around a theme, and it was just way too much work. I couldn't keep it up. So after a couple weeks of doing this, I burned out, like complete burnout. Like I have not even gone back to Instagram burnout. It would have been much better to just post 1 or 2 times a day because I could have done that long term. It would not have led me to burnout as fast. And I'd probably still be on Instagram today. Maybe one of these days I'll go back. I will, but I got to talk myself back into it. So one of the things that has really helped me with consistency is that I have a set order of things that I do every single day. I do them day in and day out, and they become a habit. And because they become a habit, they are now non-negotiable things. If things come up during the day and get in the way, that's fine, but I still have to finish those few activities before I go to bed for the night. I don't go to bed till they're done. If you haven't been consistent up until this point, that's okay. Set your list of non-negotiables and you can start being consistent now. Over the last summer, for a period of like several months, I really didn't post at all on social media. Like if you dig back, I was not on there. I knew I wasn't posting like I should be. And to be honest, I didn't realize how long I'd been gone from Facebook until I started again. And I was looking back at my posts and I realized that there were months that I had only posted like once or twice during that entire month. And that actually made starting over hard again because I was kind of literally starting all over again. And I was nervous and apprehensive that my friends and my audience base would be gone. And at the time, walking away from social media totally seemed like the wrong decision to make from a business standpoint, right? And it wasn't a conscious decision. I just kind of, sort of forgot to post, and then a day turned into 2 days, and it turned into a week, and 2 weeks, and a month, and and the next thing you blink, and it's been a couple months, and I really basically just walked away from all of my social media. Now, in hindsight, that actually was maybe the best thing I've ever done because I did, in fact, come back to it, right? And during that time, I was able to invest in myself. I got the coaching that I needed and the direction that I needed to be a better leader because I'd been really burned out at the time. So when I stepped away, it gave me a fresh perspective, a new excitement, direction, a level of leadership that I didn't have before. So if you're feeling stuck in your social media business, if you need a little bit of boost, if you need direction, feel free to send me a message on Facebook. Let's chat. My name's Sarah Howell Peterson on there. Look me up. Seriously, send me a chat. Come join my free Facebook group, to kind of build that momentum, get that excitement, build that community so that you have the strength to keep going so you can find that excitement again. And as always, if you found value in this, please share it with a friend and punch that like button and subscribe. Join me tomorrow as we talk about being comfortable in that uncomfortable growth zone. See you soon. Are you tired of bugging your family and friends? and bumping into the same people all over social media trying to pitch your opportunity? If so, grab your team members and go to www.marketingexplosion.org and pick up your free copy of MLM Momentum. It's going to teach you how to get people coming to you and applying for your opportunity. It's also going to teach you how to get paid for prospecting. See you soon.